welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Sober Talk. This is one of those rare Sober Talk lives where I have a subject that I want to talk about. I'm going to try to keep up with the chat, but there's a lot of stuff that I need you guys to kind of take in. This is going to be important for a lot of you. Especially those of you who have got children and you live in the United States, more in particular if you live in Missouri, which we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But, you know, if you're in recovery and you got children, you know the struggles are real. So we're going to kind of talk about, you know, a little bit about struggles that I've had as of recent. Basically, you might as well say family drama. But basically, I'm going to kind of start touching base a little bit on what we're going to talk about tomorrow. There's going to be a morning live stream, morning my time, tomorrow about 10 o'clock, something for everybody to take in. I thought we were going to say goodbye to a series, but it's going to be needed for just a little bit longer. Because it was supposed to go away at the beginning of the year. I was even working on a special saying goodbye to a series that has been original on this channel. And it's kind of like that. So we won't go into a whole lot of details, but I'm going to kind of talk to y'all about dealing sometimes with family. Sometimes when you walk out of an AA meeting and things like that, I'm going to talk a lot about that, but I am going to try to keep up with you guys' comments, still be my usual cheerful self. But, you know, I had a lot of stuff cross my plate that deals with family and children, more in particular, in the last 2 days. And when you're trying to stay sober, it does not matter how much time you get. Sometimes you just got to deal with this sort of stuff. And just because you get sober doesn't mean that nothing bad happens. It doesn't work that way. All right, Chairman, you go rest up, brother. We'll catch you in a little bit. All right. So there's going to be a lot of talk about, you know, how I'm staying sober through dealing with a lot of craziness, which in this entire thing that's going to be going on, I know at some point I'm going to be talking with Sober Man, and I'm going to be talking to him an awful lot. And you know, I know there's some of you like Sober Man's still sponsoring you. Yeah, he is, and for good reason. You know, when you do, what's going on, Broken Mike? Brother, I was in your stream earlier. It was an awesome stream, but I really didn't have a whole lot to say. I've had a lot of family stuff come up today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it more tomorrow morning, but mostly I'm going to talk about when bad things happen, guys like me have to dig down deep and stay sober. And I had a lot of family drama happen to me today, and I'm going to be leaning on you guys a little heavy because it's about to get really hard for me again. So I'm going to be leaning on you guys pretty heavy, you know, trying to prop me up because I'll be honest with you, with what I'm dealing with in my family and that sort of thing, it's almost too much for me to handle. You know, it's kind of like that, you know. It deals with kids, you know, it deals with my kids. More in particular, one of them before Princess Faye and I ever got together. Oh, thank you, Mike. You know, and you know, it's one of those things that I'm smart enough to know that when bad stuff happens, you don't see me, you know, you don't see that. Okay. A lot of alcoholics do that. And Princess Faye is like, I oftentimes, you know, the way you stay, you know, kind of, you know, that's one of the benefits that sobriety has given me. You know, I don't get, you know, I managed to find something that I can pull together out of that whole mess. So it's kind of where I'm at right now. You know, I'm in that whole thing right now where it's like, okay, what can I do right now? And then now I'm going to have to take time at some point in all of this to take care of me. Okay. At some point in all of this, me. And that's where a lot of, it's Princess Faye, it's you guys, it's talking to Sober Man, you know, it's going to be a lot of this sort of thing where I'm going to be leaning on you guys heavy because it got heavy in my life the last 2 days, probably bigger than I could have imagined. Um, it's one of those deals. I'll give you the abridged version. The state of Missouri loves to take away kids, and they've taken away 3 out of 5 of mine. The other two, I have no idea. Their mother took off with them, and kind of, I haven't seen my kids but once since I've been those two since I've been sober. My oldest daughter and my second daughter. My oldest one is 19, and my second daughter is 17. And then I've got a son, another daughter, and yet another son, and 5 children in all. So now that I've said that, let me kind of run you through the bases. The last 3 of those children, my son, daughter, son. Oh, I just put it. I just tossed it. Yeah, there you go, baby. Thank you. Hi, honey.
My paws are cold.
Go warm up. Go warm up. Okay. Getting chilly out there. Yep. So to kind of give you guys, the gist of it, I got involved in alternate media years ago, and I'm not big like like the Alex Jones show that you'll find here on the internet. I'm not near. Oh, thank you, Mike. I'm not nearly, that big. Nowhere close to the viewing that he gets. So if you get involved in alternate media, and when I say alternate media, that sometimes some people confuse that with conspiracy theorists. And conspiracy theories, sometimes they're hit and miss, sometimes they're dead on, but basically I got tied up in alternate media and painted a big target on my head. And the enemy of my enemy is still my enemy, if you will, here in the state of Missouri. And they basically took my children away. Along with that, we'll talk more about it tomorrow, in tomorrow morning's early live stream. Now, for those of you in the UK, if I go live at 9 o'clock, just at 9 o'clock a.m., that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It'll be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys' time. So it'll be about that. For those of you in the UK, and if it's 10 o'clock, it'll be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're going to briefly not shut down. I was going to be putting out the In Your Face, Goodbye In Your Face video series, but I have to keep it alive a little bit longer. I don't want to because it's one of those things that I have to put a stop to some of the things that are going on, and it's time for my kids to come home. It's long enough. The state of Missouri's had their fun, and now that I'm having to deal with all of this, and it's almost too much. It's too much. I'm burning the candle at both ends. I've got a channel to run. I've got regular work. I've got a husband to be. What's going on, Jesse Johnson? I am hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. And now I'm dealing with all the stuff with my kids. So work, YouTube, be a husband, a lot of that stuff. And a lot of you would probably say, right about, well, take some time away from YouTube. Well, you guys got to understand, this is a business now. There is a whole business aspect of it. And you don't walk away from your business lest it collapse. So you have to stay in there, No. This is not leaving. And I'm not even taking my vacation yet. If anything, I'm driving harder than ever before. Okay. I am going full bore, Prince Magnum, shining a light in the dark spots of places that people don't want to talk about in my country. Okay. And it's because I have to do this, I still got to stay sober, and it is going to be tough, but I've got broad shoulders. I know I can do this, but I'm going to be relying Oh, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that. Well, I was about to say that that my shoulders are broad. My shoulders are very broad, and I can handle this, but I still got to stay sober in all of this. And Alcoholics Anonymous has taught me these following things. You know, exactly, Jesse. And here's what we're gonna do. This is the gist of it. We have to do it this way. I'm gonna lean heavy on all of you. I'm gonna lean very heavy on all of you. Hi, honey. There's my blueberry kitten. She dyed her hair blue. For those that seen the Q&A last week. Oh, there you go. I haven't done that in a long time. Done it. I know what I'm thankful for, so it pretty much stays the same. So I really don't do that anymore. It's one of those things, I'm thankful for all of you, thankful for the members of Alcoholics and all that good stuff. We're all familiar. So I don't, it's like I'd just be writing the same thing over again. Um, so for me, I mean, I'm not sure where you're at in sobriety, I know, but for me, the thankful list, I guess you could say, is pretty much the same every day. And I can be thankful for the fact that it is pretty much the same as it is every day. That is something to be thankful for. That I'm not, that I'm not losing something and then gaining something and then losing it again and then back and forth, back and forth. I could be grateful for that. Uh, you know, I can even be grateful for some of the tough stuff that I got to deal with from time to time. I'm grateful that I'm sober to deal with these problems, but at day's end, I still need you guys to prop me up. This is an awful lot. And there you go. And that is spoken like a true 12 stepper. Spoken like a true 12 stepper right there. That is absolutely right, Jesse. That's spoken like a true 12 stepper. That's beautiful, man. Don't you change it. Post that everywhere. Make signs. I'm telling you, those are things that we should all be grateful for, things like that. You basically nailed it. Talk, and I bet you if you'd been right here and you'd have said it, you said it where the camera can, pick it up, it would have just blown us all away. And, that's just the beauty of Alcoholics Anonymous and the other 12-step programs, that we can get something like that out of it. We can be thankful for the food, we can be thankful for the simplest things. And believe me, there's a lot of stuff I'm thankful for. In the midst of all of this, a couple of days ago, we got the first bit of merchandise if you go to Jesse, we have merch. Not a joke, man. We got merch. That blew me away. I'm sitting here drinking coffee from my own merchandise line, the Project Spirit logo. I am sitting here wearing a t-shirt from my own merchandise line, the Project Spirit logo. Isn't that freaking cool, man? I'm not kidding you. Princess Bay drew it. We put it on Teespring. You can buy it. You could buy it. And, we now have a means of paying for some of the projects on the channel. And I'm sober at the same time. Thank you for getting me in that thankful mind again. I've got my own merch line. Isn't that freaking cool, man? If you'd told me this 15 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. You'd have told me this 16 years ago, I would have never believed you. But here we are. Here we are now. Fast forward, it's, over 15 years since I got sober. And here we are. I got my own merch line. I'm drinking coffee from a coffee cup in my own merch line. At the same time, sitting in a chair, wearing a shirt from the same merch line that's mine. Directly connected to my channel that can be seen globally and carry a message of hope while still educating people and helping them have a good time and getting over all the nasty stuff that's coming down on you, that this world sometimes drops into your lap and it's almost too much to bear, all interconnected. And it's happening to a guy like me. Just take that in a moment. Take it in. This old drunk just got all that. Yeah, I had to put a little work in, and it was worth it. Back to that old thing that we hear in AA meetings. It's worth it if you work for it. And I had to work for it. But I was sober. So it isn't half-ass. It isn't shoddy. Hard work, hard effort, a lot of love, a lot of passion. And here we are. 15 years later, I do have something to show for it. I do have something to show for it. And how you doing, Danny? Here we are, yes, I'm dealing with family drama. It's real heavy on me, dealing with family drama like this. I'm not going to lie. It's very heavy. It's at times, today, I went to work for a couple hours to do a special project for the boss. I got a big thank you for it. A big thank you for it. And for those that don't know, within kind of the inner circle that I hang out with here on YouTube, and I have a tight knit inner circle that I hang with, Gamer Ian, Broken Mike, Mikey G, Mr. Raven Nuts, quite a few of you, Augie Man, right, absolutely. Jesse, man, you're on fire tonight. That's what's up. MC. Oh, Minecraft? If you got it on PC, I'm sure Princess Faye can send you an invite for the server. We have one. It's kind of like that. So we've got, it's one of those things that, I've had a lot going on. I've had a lot of family drama. My mom and I've been on the phone a lot today. I get home from work, good day at work, fantastic day at work. I feel good about it. Been tough for you too, huh? Yeah, I know that. That's what I was saying. If you've got it on PC, yeah, I know. Uh, so we've had to deal with a lot of stuff, and I'm having to get a lot of stuff out. So the lot's been going on last couple days. What's going on? Think different. Good to see you, buddy. So we've got a lot happening, and I still have to stay sober, so I'm leaning on people. On mobile. I don't know if, that might be Java, sis. That might be Java. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe on tab. I don't know. You need to get a PC. We'll have to look into that for you. Mobile's bedrock. Okay, so you would be able to cross-platform with people on PlayStation. On PlayStation, you would be able to cross-platform with them, but not with PC. PC is on its own. Where was I? So yeah, I mean, and again, for those that don't know, I have 5 children. 5 children. And jokingly, but a little closer to the truth than I'd like to think, I have often said that I have 5 children that I know of. Before I got sober, I got around. I got around a lot. Jesse, we're thankful for you too, buddy. Oh, oh God. You can tell I'm wore out from dealing with all that. I know sometime in all of this, I want to get on Save the World. I know I want to run some missions. So anybody who wants to run with me later, yeah. Oh God, Jesse, yeah, there's plenty to be. We got a lot of people to be thankful for, and it's just it's tough right now. It's really tough, um, you know. But I'm hanging in there. Brings to mind, because it's the big job. This brings to mind some of the most important things that I'm going to say right now. Uh, when dealing with problems like this, it's almost too big for me to handle by myself. But I'm going to say it like this: when you're dealing with something like this, how do you eat an elephant? Comes to mind. And I know it's going to sound funny. How do you eat an elephant? And that sounds really crazy, doesn't it? How do you eat an elephant? And some people, when you say that, they're like, well, they start thinking about it. And it's real easy how you eat an elephant. One bite at a time. One bite at a time. That's it. That's one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. One bite at a time. Because it's a big job. And we're right back, so that's what we have to do, apply what we've learned, through the steps. And one of the things that I have learned is I don't go, even though personal recovery is, a personal journey, you don't go it alone. You don't go the journey alone. That's how it works. And with that being said, I'm not going this journey alone. As I've said, I'm going to be calling Sober Man. I'm going to be leaning heavy on Princess Faye. And most importantly, I'm leaning heavy on you guys too. All of you, every last one of you. I'll be leaning heavy, heavy, heavy on you guys. You guys will be able to, to say at the end, man, Prince Magnum, he went through this, but he stayed sober. And I know I'm projecting, and we don't usually do that in AA, but the thing of it is at day's end, okay, if you have a problem with alcohol and all that, and you're done with that life, I'm going to turn into Sober Man for a second. If you are truly done with the life with the life that you were stuck with, okay, and you're tired of living in that muck and the mire of alcoholism and drug addiction, and you're tired of it, okay, tired of stirring that pot and smelling that shit. You're all tired of that? Well, you got to do what it takes. Hey, what's going on, Natalie? Talking about some crazy stuff. I had family drama just dropped into my lap today. And, it's sober talk. I need to get it out. I got to get it out. There's a lot more room out here than there is in here. Okay. And we're going to save the details for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be big details on this. I'm going to get a lot of this stuff out in the open and kind of blow the doors off. And I was getting ready to, I'm closing out a series here on the Prince Magnum channel, or at least I was, yeah. Hannah, our dad is just our dad. There's nothing we could do there. That man it gets more stubborn as the years go by. That man gets more stubborn, So I'm going to be relying heavily on all of you. I mean, all of you, every one of you. If you're watching this, Chad, right now, or you're watching this, or you're watching the playback, get ready to prop up Prince Magnum. You're going to be propping me up. There's a lot on my plate. You guys are going to be propping me up. And that's what it's going to take. Okay, it's going to take all of you. And as I started to say, it's going to be the muck and the mire that you want to get out of. If you are tired of that life, you're going to do what it takes to stop. It literally says it in the 6th step. When something in your life becomes offensive, that's when you do something about it. You know, who's the person who knows that is the last one to know that they got a problem? The person who has the problem. And there used to be a guy years ago. I haven't seen him in years. And I imagine he's still sober. I mean, he really had a major impact in the area. But there was a little. I won't give out the guy's name or even his nickname, but he had about the same amount of time as Sober Man. But the irony of it is, Sober Man has worked through his steps and everything. This particular guy dicked around with his fourth step all the way up until I think he was about 17 years sober before he finally did his fourth step. And I don't know how he stayed sober. You know, you don't really want to stop. Right. You know, so it's kind of like that, you know. I mean, he had some good stuff to say, but one of the things he always said is, how can I be the solution when I'm the problem? You know, and that was probably the most profound thing you would hear out of him, but it was profound. He did say at every meeting, and it, you know, how can I be a solution to the problem when I'm the problem? And I was like, well, that, I mean, yeah, you know, and anything else he attached to that, you could just about, he could just mouth it, and you could play a tape recorder and he could just lip sync it. You know, it was that, you know, but that's just it, you know. He knew that, but the man didn't get, he never, you know, for the longest time, never got past his fourth step. So let me put this into perspective for you. Okay. Some people do this, but basically his sponsor said, look, you either do this fourth step or I'm not sponsoring you anymore. Just like that. And he did it. And it didn't take him long to get it done, ironically enough. It blows your mind, doesn't it? You know, it's like you dicked around with this long enough. There's nothing wrong with taking your time, but there's a difference between taking your time and procrastination. This was serious procrastination. Let me give you guys an idea. My initial walkthrough of learning just kind of you will say the basics of the 12 steps, because you're always still learning something new. This is real funny. 4 months and 1 week. And Sober Man's like, you're ready to start sponsoring. Just like that. Just like that. On the other hand, the person I'm mentioning, 17 years. 17 years. And you're like, okay. In this case, I guess a meeting maker did make it. You always hear that in AA meetings, by the way. This is real funny. Meeting makers make it. You hear that all the time. 30 meetings in 30 days, 90 meetings in 90 days. That Sober Man's like, go to as many meetings as you can make, okay? If you can go, go. If you can't go, don't go. Do you have a job? Yes. Great. Go to that job. Do you have a home to go home to? Yes. Great. You should rest in it and have a meal there. You get the idea. So he basically, Sober Man's like, that there is probably the stupidest stuff. He said, that's treatment center bullshit. And he said, meeting makers do make it for a time. This was Sober Man's, he said, there's more to Alcoholics Anonymous than just meeting makers, okay, than the meetings. That's only one of the many tools that you need to stay sober. Prayer, meditation, working with a sponsor, working with others, reading your big book, learning the steps in that book, going to meetings. He's like, gosh, There's so many tools that you need to learn how to use to stay sober. He said, so I'm going to say it to you like this. If meeting makers make it, he said, there's still a whole laundry list of things that'll keep you sober that these people aren't getting. He said, so they will only make it for a time. He said, use that call list, call another alcoholic, talk to people. This was the common sense that he passed on to me, what we would call sober common sense. You know, the common sense of sobriety. You know, talking with other alcoholics and trying, you know, basically call another alcoholic and ask them how their day's going. Who's thinking about you? You know, and sponsorship. I have sponsored people before, but the problem is that the last one I sponsored, he ended up with a needle in his arm, OD'd, and I can't do it. I'll be at, you know, if I'm at a meeting, they say it, I just don't even really have the heart to raise my hand. I know it's been a while. It's been 6 years, but it's not there. You know, that one kind of broke me. I guess you could say that one really hurt. He was only 21, and you know, just had an amazing story. Amazing story. My God, the people who, but he's gone. You know, and it was too much. Guess I'm just not ready yet. Not ready to let that one go. You know, that one was hard. Now, Zach, Zach, wherever you are, I miss you, buddy. Amazing story. Good looking young man too. I mean, just a handsome looking young man, and it just broke my heart. Yes, indeedy. My chat is not moving. Anyone talking? Okay. So you know, take that in. You know, yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of heartaches in the family. I've got a lot to kind of deal with right now. It's almost too much, but I know I have to stay sober. I have to do the next right thing. You know, and they always say, do sobriety for yourself. Do it for yourself. Gosh dang it, when I got to Alcoholics Anonymous, I didn't think too much of myself. So why the hell was I going to do it for me? I'll do it for the ones I love because, you know, because they were more important than me. I was already getting outside of myself, you know, because that's the family mentality. I mean, yeah, I'm doing it for me, but I'm really not doing it for me. Okay. I'm doing it for the loved ones because I'm tired of hurting people. I'm tired of living that way. Saying the same thing, I just have a different way of looking at it. So a lot of people at first didn't quite understand that. I said, I don't think too much of me. I don't like me. I hate me. That was how it was back then. Just so y'all know, as it was back then, I'm about to say something right now that anyone who is not an alcoholic and deals with mental issues is going to be flabbergasted right now. Get ready. This is going to shake your foundation a little bit. I can look in the mirror, basically look at myself in the mirror and say, I love you to me. And actually mean it. I can look at myself in the mirror, look me square in the eyes and say, I love you to me. That is not a joke. I know there's some of you right now who suffer from mental illness, deals with some pretty nasty stuff, you know, real, actual clinical depression. Right now going, holy dog shit, really? You can do that? Yep. The real deal. I can look at myself. Sis. It's really not that bad. Not that bad. I know that there's some of you right now who suffer from those horrible emotional things that right now sitting there going, holy shit. You know, dealing with all the mental issues and trying to find your way in the world, going, holy shit, right now. Like, how is that even possible? Alcoholism is right up there with depression. You know, You get, as an alcoholic, you get depressed. And you're able to do that? Yep. A lot of you are wondering how I did that. Doing those 12 steps. Yes, baby.
I'm just gonna let you know to jump into the bath.
Okay, honey.
Need anything?
Thank you, honey. I love my wife. I really do. There are times, husbands out there, you know this one. There are times I don't know what I would do without that woman. And there are times I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with her. But that's normal. I think she feels the same way about me. There are times she doesn't know what she'd do without me. And there are times that woman doesn't know what to do with me. It is what it is, right? Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Go enjoy your bath.
I will.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Big streamer hug to you. All the way. Broken Mike is one of those guys that I refer to as one of my brothers from another mother from across the pond. I got a lot of y'all over there. I even got a few black sheep ones over there. Hi, Raven. He's the black sheep of the extended family, I guess you could say. My extended family. He's like the black sheep of us. I don't know what to make of him. And I even got, that's just how it is. There's a lot of you out there like that. I know Natalie's somewhere in the background, and I've got to run with her. Natalie, sometime during the next couple, sometime between today and tomorrow. Well, it's the next day for you right now. So, but for me right now, sometime between today and tomorrow, I got to nab you up. You got to take the Try Not to Laugh at Cinnamon challenge. Oh yes, I might have to try to corner you too, Mike. Yeah, Mike, I might have to try to corner you too. Oh my gosh, you'll have to get Danny in the background. I'll put a counter up. Natalie, how long do you think you'll last against Cinnamon? Just curious, Sure. Natalie's like, oh boy. Oh boy. Yep. Poor Broken Mike. Every time he gets in a stream and Cinnamon is there, he loses it. He's like, oh my God. Girl, you got to behave yourself. And for the rest, yeah, that's one of those things. Mike, there's already people right now that every time, yeah, you kind of had a hand in it. Yeah, poor Mike. Every time he's in a stream and he hears Cinnamon, immediately he's like, oh God, here we go. Here we go. And then, a couple of words, and then the next thing you know, she'll say a couple of things, and then he's losing it. He is totally losing it. You hear Danny in the background, and you'll hear her just cackling up a storm, and she's like, for fuck's sake. Which, for the record, every time she hears me in a stream, the moment she hears my voice, she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. It's like, oh, God, poor Danny. And every time, poor Mike. Oh, my. Actually, Mike, just so you know, yeah, it's a Try Not to Laugh challenge, yes. But the thing of it is that even though, yeah, and see, here's the thing. When Cinnamon is on and doing her thing, the more you laugh, the less editing I do. Okay? Because then and when I'm referring to that, like when Raven did his and he did not crack, I had to sit there and think, okay, this is going to be boring as fuck. So what I had to do was I had to go in. Mikey G, big streamer hug to you, buddy. So I legit had to go in and add in different sound effects to make it funnier. So it wasn't just a boring, run. So the more you laugh, where is it? Well, Ian's probably, you know, I understand Mikey G. I don't know where Ian is. So if you take that to heart, if you will, the more you laugh, the less editing I actually have to do because then all I got to do is just go through. Oh, well, Mikey G, you go rest. I hope the doc says everything's all right, sis. Um, but yeah, that's the thing. Which, depending on, so that's just kind of what's going on, and I'm just trying to stay busy, I guess you could say, because pretty much from here, it's a matter of getting stuff together. And to give you guys an idea how serious this is, I'm actually in contact. Oh, don't blame them. Um, give you guys an idea, I'm actually in contact with one of my state representatives to give you an idea. And I'm actually waiting on a phone call from another one. Yeah. So it's that serious that I'm actually in touch with politicians within the state Congress. Not federal yet. It hasn't gone that far. Yeah. So they're actually getting ready to start taking a look at why. Oh, doctors. I even when I was still in nursing, I used to always say doctors make me sick. But a few doctors have saved my life in the last, 10, 15 years. Doctors have saved my life. A couple years ago, uh, back when Princess Faye and I first got married, we'd been married maybe 4 or 5 months, and I ended up getting a blood clot in my left lung, and we didn't know if I was going to make it. I didn't think I was going to live. I honestly did not think I was going to live through that. I got scared. Got really scared. It got to the point there for a little while. I legit got so scared that I stopped. I would take an hour-long cat nap, but the rest of the time I stayed awake. I was afraid to sleep, and I would actually sleep sitting up in a chair because I was afraid if I lied down, I wasn't going to wake up. I got to the point where I was afraid I was going to die in my sleep because I often said that I'm too damn tough that if death came for me, I would kick his ass. And I meant it, by the way. I still mean it. That death is going to have to sneak up on me in my sleep. So I got afraid to fall asleep. Um, so would oftentimes take a cat nap for about an hour long in a chair. I got scared. Got really scared during those times. Um, so it was scary stuff. I was in and out of hospitals for a long time, long time. I was scared. Rightfully so, right? But here we are now. I'm still rocking and rolling, you know. So death wasn't interested in me yet. But yeah, I did. I was so scared that death was going to sneak up on me in my sleep. That's any indication. Uh, you aren't going to take me without a fight. I'm not going without a fight. That's how tough. Right? What's going on? Right? Well, it's good to see you, Raven. Good to see you. We'll be live again tomorrow morning. We're reopening a series that I was going to let go, but we're going full bore again. And I know Think Different's really happy that In Your Face is not going to be closing its doors just yet. One more go. One more time. And then we get to close the doors, finally. Um, Fork Night. I've heard that one before. I've heard it called Fart Night. Yeah. I'll be climbing on again. I'm trying to grind my way to oh, I know that's one of your favorite series, Think Different. It did make some that series did make some changes in this community. That is for sure. That series did make some changes and cause some serious shockwaves in this community. And I did it all sober. Isn't that something? But I'll be climbing on probably late tonight. I probably won't be able to sleep all that much. Um, just a lot to deal with. And y'all can't sleep tonight. Y'all on Fortnite. I'll be on Save the World. Because I'm grinding my way to Canny. I'm going to Canny Valley. I'm going. Actually, I'm ready to hit that dang rocket. But I want to finish the storyline a little bit. I want that song, Stand and Fight. Y'all don't know this. I collect the music that comes out in game. I like it. I even, as stupid as it sounds, when they have the Butter Bar song. Yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah, well, I'm grinding my way out of Canny Valley, ready to hit the rocket ship and go to Twine Peaks. I could do it now, but I want to finish the storyline. I want that, and I need the other member of. I want the other member of Steel Wool. I want him in my collection. Well, not the collection book, but the boom bass. I want to be able to attach it to Steel Wool Sid, and then have So I got to have that other one, and there's a bunch of other stuff that you get. Thank you. I've been grinding on. I'm actually ready to go. So if you decide you want to come give a hand, I could use a hand. Could really use a hand. Holler Bad. Let them know. I'll be on probably late tonight, but I'm going to grind it out. I want to grind it out. Going to have some fun. Got it. I'm ready. I gotta clear my head on this. I need to take. So I'm probably going to be on later tonight. But yeah, I'm ready to go to Twine. I've been in Twine Peaks a little bit here and there. Bad took me over there. That's some tough area out there. Woo, buddy. That's a tough area. All right. I know Princess Faye and I are going to go do some stuff together. So I'll be on and off tonight. Oh, you're going to be all-nighter for you, huh? All night long. All right, there we go. We'll have to get a group together and just rock and roll. That, and I'm almost ready to get to grab some more stuff out of Ventures too. Almost done. Basically, I think I hit level 31 in Ventures today. I was just, yeah. Right. Love that song. But anyhow, so I got a lot of stuff out in the open today. It's a lot of family drama that I'm dealing with, but I still have to stay sober, and somewhere in this mess, I've got to take time for me. I got to do something for me. I've even been watching videos trying to take my mind off of everything. I've been in you guys' live streams. I just didn't have anything to really say. It's just been too much. So I've been over hanging with you guys, just trying to get through the mess. But you know what? I'm still here and I'm still sober. And I think that says something, at this point. It really does say something about, the strength that Alcoholics Anonymous does provide. It's like that. So, yeah, I thought I was going to be saying goodbye to a series here on the channel because it wasn't the direction I wanted to go anymore. I'm tired of alternate media. I'm really tired. I would like to take some time and just focus on having fun and educating people and keeping the traditions of hot rodding alive and inspiring husbands to, however it works in your relationship, to sweep your sweetheart off their feet, however it is in your, whatever type of relationship you're in, you know, that has been, the driving force behind the channel. I didn't want to be involved in doing anything, else like that. Oh my God. No, that was not, we got our butts handed to us, bad. That was bad. They laid a spanking on us. That was rough. That was really rough. It was bad. They bent us over and didn't use any lube. Okay. It was that rough. That 250 zone was bullshit. But we got, it's been a good time. You know, don't talk to me that way. But so I'm going to be leaning heavy on you guys, trying to get through this. What's going on, Rodney? Good to see you, buddy. I need to get over there and see some of your new gun videos. I have been enjoying them. There is actually one, a gun suggestion I do have for you. A gun suggestion I do have for you that I think will help you with your marksmanship even more than you could ever imagine. I know you've been doing the dry fire stuff and everything, but there's one thing that I know will make you just like blow your mind. And I promise you, you will be addicted to it. You will be addicted to it. Oh, Megan says hi. Give her a big streamer hug for me, right here from the Prince Magnum channel. As soon as she gets a chance, she's definitely going to have to. April 3rd. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got to grind all the way to 50. But yeah, let Meg. Cinnamon will definitely, if she needs cinnamon to go, we'll try to squeeze it in a little, get something going a little bit earlier. I know somewhere in this mess, I have to film. Cinnamon and I are going, what's the tip? Black powder. Black powder revolvers. Trust me. It's very addictive because there's something about it. You'll fall in love with it when you learn to shoot black powder revolvers. But the other thing is it will make you a better marksman with a handgun than you ever could imagine. Promise. Black powder. And I recommend two of them. I recommend two choices, okay? The first choice I would always recommend if you want to handle a high power black powder revolver is the Walker Colt. Uberti makes a great example. I would go with the Uberti version. The other one, the Remington 1851. I would have to double check. I think it's Remington 1851. Any clone in that one you'll love. And you want to always get, no matter what you choose for black powder, you always want to choose, without a question, no BS. You always want to get the 44 caliber. Remington, calm yourself. Yes. It's one that would have used during the American Civil War. And I promise you, you want to see your marksmanship improve, get yourself a black powder revolver. You will, and then it's very addictive. You'll fall in love with it. Okay. Yes, it will make you an extreme marksman. Corner me, direct message me, and I'll get you all the information you'll need to know, and then some. Okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, it will make you a superior marksman. I'm actually so good. I haven't, it wouldn't take me much, But I got to the point where I could take a 357 double action revolver, Smith and Wesson, and I was hitting targets out at about 100 yards. That's how good I got with a revolver. 100 yards. It made me that good. Okay, we're talking that good. And the Uberti that I'm referring to, the Walker Colt, which is an 1851 design from Colt. Okay, now I'm going to blow your mind. Designed by basically you have Samuel Colt, but there was a Samuel L. Walker as well, and he actually after the Patterson, which was the first repeating revolver, he went to Colt, and basically like it's a great design, but here's what we really need. And Captain Walker was the original. Basically he started the Texas Rangers. To give you the kind of firepower the Walker Colt has, 50 of the original Texas Rangers, led by Samuel Walker, Captain Samuel Walker, defeated an entire division from the Mexican Army during the Texas Revolution in the 1800s. And Santa Anna was so blown away by this, he sent in another division. Oh, you'll fall in love with that, I promise. He sent in another division against Samuel Walker and his 50 men, another division. And even though Samuel Walker fell in that battle twice, 50 men, only armed with the Walker Colt revolvers, defeated two army divisions. That should give you the kind of firepower you're dealing with. It fires a rifle charge. So there you go. I threw out a little bit of, this is some of the history that Soberman will actually look at me and go, who needs to know all of this? Why? Just why, Prince Magnum? Why? I love you, but why? It's one of the things that makes me who I am. What's going on, J-Dog? Good to see you, buddy. Big streamer hug to you, J-Dog. I'm leaning heavy on y'all today. Yeah, so it's like that. Kind of, I know, Rod, you're just sitting there going, damn, man, that's some serious firepower. To give you an idea, for over 100 years, that the Walker Colt was the most powerful revolver in the world, the most powerful handgun. It was the 357 and all the others that came after it. They were the most powerful cartridge handguns in the world, not the most powerful handgun. Actually, you and I we use some interesting ones, the Colt Python, more or less. I'll be honest with you, you're almost better off just buying yourself one and just learning it, because if you shoot one, what's going to happen is you're going to fall in love with it. You might as well I'm telling you, you like to shoot, just go get yourself one now. Promise. You're going to, it'll be the smartest thing you did. Just get one. Don't bother waiting for it. How much are they? Well, it depends. I'll get you all the information you want to know. Megan's got me on direct message, direct messenger. And I send her all the cinnamon stuff anyway, so I'll just get it all over to you, whatever you need, and then some. But that's actually what I've shot, rifles of all sizes and shapes. Yeah. And it'll make you a better shooter, hands down, bar none. And I didn't actually start shooting, right. And I'll put it like this. They said that God made man, Samuel Colt, made him equal. The Colt revolvers back in the day were called the Great Equalizers. Yep. So if that's any indication, how, we're talking old tech, old school tech. I love that stuff. I love history. And, that's just one of the things that I think a lot of people can respect about me here on the channel is I enjoy history. And you get a little bit of everything here on the channel. You get car history and things like that. Shoot, I even know a great deal of the history of Alcoholics Anonymous. History is what I do. I do know that there is some dark secrets about one of the co-founders of Alcoholics Anonymous. Some kind of screwed up dark secrets, but I know they're there. It's just one of those things. There's dark secrets everywhere. And the information is really interesting. Alcoholics Anonymous has it has a rich history. It's very fascinating, without a question. So I've kind of dumped a lot of my life right here on the channel, and it's about to get stupid tomorrow because I have to keep a series alive that I didn't want to. Bad, you're something else. But that does bring us to a spot. I do need to go take some time for me. I will be on Save the World tonight. I love Save the World. At some point I will be on. I'm going to go spend some time with my wife too. I'm going to lean heavy on her too. I need you guys. I need all of you. Every last one of you. Real quick, Rodney, you better let Megan know. Not only is Cinnamon going to be live, but we're working on a video where Cinnamon and I are going head to head. Who's better at Fortnite? Who's better? And then afterwards, there will be a poll. Who's better? So she'll get to vote for who she likes. How the heck am I going to do that? Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Let's just say my editing skills are going to really be going. You're going to love it. I'm telling you. You're going to love it. Promise. Can't give away all my secrets. Oh, new merch is in, Rod. New merch is in. That's my new coffee cup. Project Spirits logo. And the new t-shirts, the Project Spirit logo t-shirt. Yep. So, and you know who Project Spirit is. That's my 1975 Ford Maverick. I know it. Princess Faye's still working out Cinnamon's her coffee cup stuff. I know that's a big one. I know Megan's a big Cinnamon fan. That's her girl. That's her gal right there at Cinnamon. Broken Mike, you don't know how much you're one of the guys that I'm telling you, Ian, Raven, you guys, I'm going to be leaning heavy on you guys through this mess over my kids. I'm going to be leaning really heavy on you guys, but without you guys, I just don't know, it's one of those things that I don't know how I'm going to make it through this mess, but I know that I'm going to be okay. It's, how you get, it's like, this is awfully, you should have been here for Cinnamon. Ian came in and Cinnamon picks up this little chunk of wood and she starts stroking it and says, "Wood for the win." And Ian's like, "No, just no. No." He's like, that no. Why? She started fucking with him in the middle of the stream. It was great. He was all discombobulated. Yeah, poor guy. He's never going to be the same again. Not anymore. Oh, yeah. As we get ready to wind down the stream, I think I need to read something special for you guys. I heard this in my first AA meeting. So I'm going to read it for you guys. You guys are going to love this. And this is basically one of the last of the main pages of, page 164 of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I heard this in my first meeting. You guys are going to love this. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we only know a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you could do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously, you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. I actually heard that in my very first AA meeting, and I started crying. It's still very special to me today. It reminds me that no matter how much I might know, I still got a long ways to go to keep sober. I'm still learning. But I know well enough that it's going to take all of you to continue to help me stay doing what I'm doing. It's going to take all of you. I'm still a selfish alcoholic, still selfish, because I need all of you to help me stay sober, even if it's just for today. It brings us to an important spot in the stream. I do need to wind it down for the night. If you haven't done so, be sure to smash that like button. Smash it hard. Make it your bitch if you want. I don't care. And as always, I'd like to remind you all these two things. I say this. You too, Rodney. I like to say this in all of my, at the end of, every sober talk now. And I say it in AA meetings, maybe not quite exactly the same way, but pretty damn close. I like to say it like this. No, I can't even touch that. But here's something to take in. At day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.